Now there's several questions that an entrepreneur needs to ask themselves through every stage in the journey. I believe one of the most important aspects of building a business is learning how to properly delegate and put the right people into the right seats. See, everyone wants to scale, but no one wants to put in the groundwork to truly build that foundation in order to get things in place and to put the right people in the right seats in order to truly elevate. Now there's a lot of additional type of resources depending on your type of business that are necessary. Management being a big part, right? When you have people that are carrying your processes out, you need someone to help properly and effectively manage your people, right? So people management is going to be an integral part of the success of your company, right? So they're going to oversee, let's say in this case, we have the sales and acquisitions. However, below them, we have our inside sales reps who are actually virtual assistants, or our cold callers who are in the Philippines, right? Now, their role is to call as many prospects as possible, to follow their script, deliver our message, and get people to raise their hand saying, yes, I'm interested in selling. Right? That's one piece of our marketing is cold calling. But once the cold caller makes a connection with one of the sellers, that lead in turn gets passed up to the sales and acquisitions team. Think of it like a warm handoff. They're handing the baton off from a seller raising their hand interested in selling, passing that to the sales and the acquisitions team to therefore close the sale. In addition to marketing, we also have PPC, which is also known as Google AdWords. So example of this, we live in the world wide of Google, right? Anytime someone has a problem and they don't have an answer to it, the first thing they're likely going to do is pull out their cell phone and they're gonna go, hey Google, how can I do this? How can I sell my house fast? How can I find a videographer in the Columbia area? How do I know if I have COVID, right? Whatever the case might be, you're going to Google looking for answers. Google AdWords is actually advertisements. It's where you're paying Google for an ad spot for the top placement whenever someone searches one of the keywords. Top 3 websites to pop up are going to be an ad, right? SEO is the other part of that. SEO standing for search engine optimization. SEO is essentially the way that Google is built. The World Wide Web has a bunch of robots, we'll call them crawlers, that they crawl from one website to another, looking at backlinks, looking at social bookmarking, and it's looking at the relevance of these many sites that all connect. They're intricately intertwined and they connect from one site to another. The more sites that are relevant that connect to another sister site are going to help to benefit and give that site more credibility, which is known as domain authority. Now there's a few other factors that help with your rankings on SEO, which we'll get into an in-depth discussion later on. In fact, I'll attach a link in the description to a video to deep dive on the SEO process. Additional to this, direct mail. Direct mail is another form of marketing. It's one of the oldest forms of marketing out there. Think about the old school sales letters you used to get, or the AT&T pamphlet that you get in your mailbox, right? In real estate, you might get a postcard saying, hey, I'd love to be your realtor and sell your house. Or in the investment space, hey, I'd love to buy your house, right? This is getting our message out to the right person, right? Now you need to make sure your data list and whatever else you're targeting is clearly defined and you know exactly who the people you're targeting are and how to communicate the message that they need, right? But that's another form of marketing. So a lot of moving parts, right? Technology has opened the door to so many more opportunities to make quick decisions, right? And to easily pivot to market to new people. There's something known as SMS marketing, which there's certain softwares in the market that offer text blasting capabilities, meaning you can upload a list of thousands of people, take that list, upload it into a system, and click, 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 send out hundreds of messages in a matter of minutes, right? And then you just wait for the people to respond. So whatever the method of marketing is, of course you got word of mouth, networking, which in my opinion, the better networkers in any industry are the people that accomplish the best results, because your network is your net worth. But to take that a step further, the power of networking takes mediocre products and businesses and makes them a lot of money. With my experience, sometimes the best products are not always the most successful because the marketing mix and the strategy that they disperse the marketing has everything to do with the effectiveness of that company, right? That's why some of the best athletes out there might never make it to the major leagues. In fact, this will take it a little bit deeper. There's some Nobel Prize winners who got the credit and all of the recognition for an invention or something they came up with, when in fact it was actually their associates and people that were working in the same area, the same industry, doing the research that came up with a solution or whatever the recognition might be. However, it was the person that was best networked and best positioned who was able to take that and take recognition for it. I'll do a deep dive on this in another video as well. But where I'm going with this is any organization, there's a lot of moving parts, right? We could go down some rabbit holes on how to effectively build any type of business. But you need to first know the vision of the company. You need to know where you're going. And then you need to reverse engineer that vision and figure out how you're going to get there, right? This is the process of goal setting. Set your 10-year target, set your 5-year target, break it down to 3, right? So you want to begin with the end in mind, figure out where you want to go before asking for directions. And as you break that down into manageable bite-sized chunks, you can figure out, okay, in order to meet the goals for this year, what do I need to work towards in this first quarter, right? Because we can project a year out, but if you're trying to plan an entire year, you're likely just going to get caught up in a hamster wheel and accomplish absolutely nothing. But by breaking your year down into quarterly chunks, that gives you actionable steps where you can say, hey, what if I could accomplish more in 90 days by taking massive, imperfect action than many people accomplish in a year? That's how you multiply results, right? What if I could take the activities that I'm doing now and multiply that times 10? Well, how do I do that? How do I get there? That's where you create a team and you outsource to people that, with the World Wide Web, we can bring people on overseas on the other side of the country working for $3, $4, $5 an hour and effectively accomplish the same tasks that someone stateside might be making $20 an hour, right? So figuring out the right processes with that. I'm going to create a separate video as well that will show you the business map, and we can break it down in tiers where you can see, sales and marketing, everything, and we'll have a cleanly defined process for how that goes. But for now, I encourage you just to start small, start with your vision, because everything in the world was created twice. First started in the mind, and then the action was taken in order to translate that vision into reality. Look at all the high-rise buildings everywhere around you. Look at the freeways and the bridges. Think about this. There's currently a man building a rocket ship to fly to Mars. If that doesn't boggle your mind, I don't know what will. My point with that is everything starts inside of your mind. If you can dream it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. So figure out where you want to go and then start taking tiny baby steps to figure out how you can bring this vision and translate it into reality. Vision doesn't always come out fully formed, In fact, it's a daily process of bringing out, critiquing, tweaking, and figuring out how to make a better process. We learn more through failure, which is why I encourage you to get out there and make mistakes quick. Hope you guys got something out of this. I'll see you on the other side.